Hello and welcome to America. We're in Washington, Pennsylvania here at the Orchard Lake Speedway for the first round of the SRS Summer Racing Series playoffs. We're getting near to the end of summer now, and I mean this Summer Racing Series is meant to go until November, but yeah, that's life for you. Deal with it. Anyway, we are here at the Orchard Lake Speedway. We're meant to be at Charlotte Motor Speedway this weekend at the Charlotte ROVAL, but they pulled out of hosting the race just because of how close the NASCAR Cup Series race at Charlotte Motor Speedway the ROVAL is. So I don't know why, but their decision was Medana's spun off already. Straight out of the pits on cold tyres and has spun round. No, not the best start for the Euro run. Anyway, first round of the SRS playoffs. Yeah, we'll go through the playoff drivers who are in a second, in the order that they are in the championship, with the playoff championship, not the regular championships. And yeah, looking like it should be a good race here. First time that these cars will tackle an oval. This is of course ROVAL, so we've got a part of the oval as well. Yeah, quite a nice flowing track, I reckon this is. Just over 3.5k, about 3.7k I believe, so decent length. As Medana is off yet again. Not entirely sure where Medana is going, but not the best start to qualifying for him. As he goes around the bank and just starts his first flying lap. Still got a bit to go as he goes through. It says turn 4, it's not turn 4 obviously, but that's turn 4 if he was the oval, which we're not using today. We'll be at an oval tomorrow, next race at Martinsville on, I believe, the week after the 8th of November. And oh, that's a big hit there for Medana. What on earth is that curb done to his car? It's just shredded the front right tyre off his car. Let's go on board with Medana. That was a strange accident. He goes into turn 1, loses the car a bit, and it's on that curb. I have never seen that before. Strange accident. Back live now. And that was very strange. Oh, he's been hit by Nannini. One of the Benettons has hit him. He hasn't been able to get out of the car yet. I hope he's okay. A big hit for Modena. Dramatic start to this qualifying session. The only normal qualifying session we've got of the playoffs, the next two at Martinsville and Daytona, are both single car qualifying sessions, so they will be quite a bit longer than normal. Right, let's go on board and then let's see what happened there. Missed it. Did he do the same thing maybe? He goes in, he does, he goes off the track and oh, it's lucky he didn't shred the tyre off, to be honest. Anyway, very strange off there for both of them. Anyway, let's go through the we go back to live coverage. Some of the playoff, or all of the playoff drivers that we have here today at Orchard Lake. So I actually haven't got the current playoff standings. Nice one. Let me try to find them a sec. Google Sheets, that's where the spreadsheet is. And here we go. So, from the top, Andrea de Cesaris, here is the first playoff driver. can find him. Here he is in the Real, locking him and his one-man team into the playoffs at Spa after a last lap move on last corner, last chicane move on home favourite Thierry Boutsen, eventual regular season champion and world champion. That is what the record will say. The world champion Thierry Boutsen. He's on 2,005 points, so that is 29 points off the top. Go from cut-off line, doesn't it? So actually 2 points off cut-off line. So the cut-off line near the bottom is very, very tight indeed. It's Thierry Boutsen and Jason Trezorus currently in 5th place. Next up, very surprising indeed. Where is he? Alain Prost. He locked himself in on points in the final race of the season at Adelaide. Very disappointing season. He hasn't won a race. He's on 2,006 points, so these are playoff points, by the way. In 11th place currently. Of course, this is without a single win. Of course, he got 1 point for pole, and no, you got all those points from poles. Yeah, so 6 poles this season. Andrea Trezorus got 5 points for the win that he had at Spa. Prost's points have all come from poles, and I'm just confused with why is Martini on 2006 as well. Oh, I know, because I think they get points based on championship position as well. Yes, maybe Prost. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you what points are from. Anyway, Prost hasn't actually gone out on track yet, so you can't actually see him. Next off, Martini. He won the very strange race at Paul Ricard, where he won by quite a big margin indeed. About to finish his lap, so you can see him do that now. He locked his team Minardi in the process. His teammate Perez Sala was very good all season, but just missed out. You know, that lack of win for Perez Sala, where drivers behind him, like the Trezorus, was unable to he was unable to win. That's what I'm trying to say. Basically, it's Martini is in 29th place. Not actually a very good lap. Of course, to be fair, he hasn't had the best season. It's just that win got him very lucky indeed. Nigel Mansell, another disappointing season for one of the front runners. He again hasn't gone on track. I know he has. He's in 4th place in the Williams. Yeah, he hasn't won a race this season, or he hasn't won a race in the regular season. So yeah, it depends. Can he win in one of the playoff races? It'll be very important if he does, because he's near the back. 2007 points. Martini, I've got to say, he's on 2006, like Prost. So he is in front of Prost on wins. Speaking of being tied, Mansell is tied with a certain Stefan Johansson on 2007. He locked himself and his team Ligier into the playoffs after a win at the Canadian Grand Prix early on in the season. Wet-dry race, I believe that was. So, yeah, an entertaining race, definitely, and definitely one of his best races all season. And I think that's his first point-scoring race for a long while. He got the win at Canada, and after that, didn't score a point until his 2nd place at the 3rd to last round of the season. Only had 3 point-scoring races. It was the 2nd place at I believe it was Spain. Yeah, and then a 4th at Japan was his final point scoring race of the season. Next up is Nannini, 7th place. He won the British Grand Prix at Silverstone, a very strange race indeed. That's the race that locked him into the playoffs. His team were already locked in. I think he's been on track, has he? Yeah, he has been on track, but down in 29th, so not a good session at all at the moment for the Benetton driver. But to be fair, we have seen him crash into Modena, so yeah, that's that. Yeah, British Grand Prix, very weird one before that safety car restart causing carnage, and just a basic messed up race in all honesty. Next up, who have we got? Let's have a little look. Ooh, hang on. Next up, Jonathan Palmer. What a season for the Tyrrell driver he's had so far. Where is he? Also, did Martini go better? He's on 30th now. Martini, yeah, he must have improved up to 18th. he has gone out on track since we've seen him. Jonathan Palmer currently in 10th place. He's in the pits at the moment. Tyrrell, honestly, have had a brilliant season. The only reason Julian Bailey hasn't been here is just luck. His luck has been shocking. He's been taken out a few times. Engine issues at Mexico qualifying when he was about to set a lap. And the final corner of the Brazilian Grand Prix when he was about to score a few points. And just missed out on the checkered flag. It was such a shame to see that happen. But yeah, Palmer, he won. Oh, he was up there, multiple podiums for the Brit. Let's have a look. He got his first points with a third place at 3 third places in a row, second place later on, and won the Spanish Grand Prix. So yeah, he was basically confirmed in anyway without that win, but the win's always better to confirm it. Riccardo Patrese, Palmer's about to set another lap. Riccardo Patrese, the Italian, locked himself in at his home Grand Prix. The Italian at Monza, obviously it's the Italian Grand Prix. Where is he at the moment? Currently in 27th and potentially yet to set a lap. No, he has set a lap, just not a very good lap. So, yeah, a bit of a surprise there for him. Has Prost set a lap? Yeah, Prost has up to 5th. Yeah, good race. Good season for Patrese. He was probably going to be locked in without the win. But always, again, like I said with Palmer, better safe than sorry. Ivan Capelli, he was already locked in on points before the final race as no one could catch him. But he made sure of it anyway, even though he was official anyway. With a win at Adelaide, the final race of the season, to lock himself officially into the playoffs. Currently 11th, setting a few laps now. And yeah, a few podiums as well through the season. Not, to be honest, not the best season, but you've got to win it, be up front to win it, and he has done it. So yeah. And anyway, Maurizio Gugelmin now, the other March, he won the opening round of the season, his home race at Rio. He then won the Monaco Grand Prix at Monaco, obviously. So yeah, that got him 18 points, and for the rest of the season, only scored another 8. Let's see what those points were. He got a 4th at 4th and a 5th, and another 4th, and basically his end of the season was shocking. Crashed out early on in Spain, crashed out early on in Japan. Neither, to be honest, was taken out by Zach Speed in the first one, and got caught under one of the Eurobrun's front wings in the second race at Japan. And then Adelaide had a pretty heavy hit. I think he had a failure of some sort, but wasn't having a brilliant race anyway. And then Ayrton Senna, the second place man in the playoffs currently. I've just realised I'm forgetting to say what points they're on. I'll go through it in a sec. But anyway, let's go to the favourite for the championship. Throughout the whole of the season, it was only until the final race of the season where it was stolen from him. It wasn't really stolen, but you know what I mean. Yeah, not unfortunately a brilliant final race. He did DNF, I think, after a collision in the pit lane with, I think it was Larini. But yeah, Senna only a few points behind Boots, and they're both in a world of their own with the amount of wins they've both had, giving them so many playoff points. So they're both basically locked in already to the next round, or I reckon at least the final, to be honest. I can't see them not making it through to the final at Daytona and not being in the playoffs, but you never know, anything could happen here. And anyway, your championship winner and playoff leader currently, Thierry Boutsen, currently in second place behind only Ivan Capelli, another playoff driver. Thierry Boutsen, he took him, when was his first win? I think it was Detroit. Yeah, third in Brazil, second in Canada, first in Detroit. He got 5th, another win at where was that? Don't know. Then he won Japan as well. So a very good season for Thierry Boutsen. His win was at, I think, Portugal. No, Senna won Portugal. Senna won Germany. Just on my notes that he won a race. I just can't find the race that he won. What? He won Detroit. Am I looking at the wrong person? Because my notes say he won 3 races. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Round 6. After he got 2nd place. Oh, no, that's his first one. That's his 2nd one. It's before 2nd place. What? So 7, 8, 9. Round 10. Have I done something wrong? I might have. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hungary, of course. Yeah, he won at Hungary. Sorry about that. Confused myself there. Yeah, so the points everyone are on in the playoffs. We've got Chesdris 2 points below the cut line. Prost 1 point behind the cut line. Martini 1 point behind the cut line. Mansell is equal to the cut line, but of course not out of it on the countback. Johansson's +0. He's Nannini +5. Palmer +6. Patrese +7. Capelli +8. Gelman +8. Then a massive 16 plus 8. What's 16 plus 8? 24 points above the cut line, Senna, and 27 points above the cut line is Boutsen. So I'm going to go for a quick break. We can watch the rest of qualifying. I've heard that Modena had an accident. Yeah, oh, there's smoking coming out of that arrows. But I've heard that Modena has had an accident. Here he is, back out on track after that weird start to the session. Going very slowly at the moment. He's got a Lotus in front of him. And let's see what happened to the Italian. Currently in 9th place. Oh, the straight on! Big hit into the wall. The concrete wall, that is. That is a big hit. Hope Modena's okay. That is a massive crash. Go back live now. I want to see what happened to the arrows. Which arrows is it? Derek Warwick. Let's see what happened to him. Oh, just coming out of the pits, is that? Let's see when he comes out of the pits. Yeah, he comes out of the pits and then he just goes. It's a very strange thing for happening. You got LaRue behind him. And LaRue don't know why he isn't getting past him. But he's gonna pull over to the side of the track, I'm assuming. Or what's he gonna do? Yeah, he pulls off to the side of the track. It's a very strange failure to happen for Derek Warwick. He's still going. I don't know, but I think that is qualifying over and done with. It was a 15-minute session. If I didn't mention that before, I probably didn't. But, let's just make sure they're over and done. I'm going to go to the end. Let's go through your results then. At the back, Ginzani and Schneider, the two Zach Speeds, normally at the back, and they're there now. Lorini, Alio, Chiva, Dalmas, Tarquini, Warwick, Lowry, Nakajima, and your first playoff driver of the list, Martini in 21st. We've got the only constructor playoff team that is not got a driver in the drivers' playoffs. Ferrari and it's Gerhard Berger in 20th. Julian Bailey, very unlucky not to make the playoffs with the amount of bad luck he's had all season. He's in 19th. Alex Caffey, one of the only drivers not to score a point throughout the whole of the regular season. I think it was just the two Zach Speeds, Eddie Cheever, and the two LaRuses. Actually, no, because I think one of the LaRuses actually scored a point in the end. So it might be just Yannick Dalmas. I don't know. But anyway, PK, shocking season, and continues really. Next playoff driver, Stefan Johansson in 16th. And we've got Perez Sala, another driver unlucky not to make the playoffs, in 15th. Jonathan Palmer, very strong all season. He's in 14th place. And we've got De Cesaris, another playoff driver, in 13th. Albretto, the other Ferrari driver, in 12th. Modena with that massive accident in 11th. Felipe Strafe 10th. Nannini 9th, another playoff driver. Prost playoff in 8th. Mansell 7th. 6th Senna. Arnoux, the highest non-playoff driver, in 5th, but his team isn't playoffs, so technically he is in playoffs. Patrese in 4th. Boots, your championship winner, in 3rd. Gelman in 2nd, and Ivan Capelli leads the March 1-2. We'll see you tomorrow for the ROVAL 200 kilometre race, about 54 laps, I believe. So we'll see you then. Goodbye.